Secretario General Adjunto de la Organización de los Estados Americanos. General de Brigada Luis Rodríguez Bucio, Ejército Mexicano, Chairman of the Inter-American Defense Board, and Brigadier General Stephen Lacroix, Canadian Army, Director General of the Secretariat of the Inter-American Defense Board. A continuación, comenzaremos la procesión académica del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa, integrada por Ambassador Carlos Trujillo, the United States Permanent Representative to the Organization of the American States, accompanied by the Director of the Inter-American Defense College, Rear Admiral Martha Herb, United States Navy. El subdirector del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa, el General de División Rolenberg Ferreira da Cunha, Ejército Brasileiro. El jefe de estudios del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa, General Brigadier Julio César Islas Sánchez. La facultad del colegio Por favor, tomen asiento. Damas y caballeros, bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación número 57 del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa, correspondiente a la maestría en Ciencias de Defensa y Seguridad Interamericana y de la diplomatura en Ciencias de Defensa y Seguridad Interamericana, desarrolladas durante el año lectivo 2017-2018. Tenemos el honor de contar con la presencia de embajador Andrés González, presidente del Consejo Permanente de la OEA, los oficiales y embajadores ante la Organización de los Estados Americanos, los líderes y jefes de delegación ante la Junta Interamericana de Defensa, numerosos agregados de las Fuerzas Armadas y Policiales del hemisferio y distinguidos invitados familiares y amigos. Damos inicio a este solemne acto con una oración a cargo del capellán Lieutenant Colonel Von Allman, United States Air Force. Les invito a ponerse de pie para escuchar la invocación.
Gracias, nuestro Señor, para todas tus bendiciones. Thank you, our Lord, for all of your blessings, especially the gifts of understanding and mutual respect. We offer our prayers for these students and the year of education they have received, formally through educational methodologies and informally through fellowship and interaction. Grant that they may demonstrate the reality that leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. Empower them to serve their nations and our world as strategic visionaries, committing to justice and hope, demonstrating the truth that this class is indeed la mejor. Finally, in the struggles to understand and appreciate diversity, may these graduates be an inspiration to us all, that we who witness their graduation may likewise serve as your instruments of hope and security until such a time as you unite our world in lasting peace. Amen.
Por favor, tomen asiento. Damas y caballeros, les presento a Rear Admiral Martha Herb, United States Navy, directora del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa, quien dirigirá las palabras de bienvenida.
Bon dia, bonjour, buenos dias, good morning to all. Acknowledging all protocols to all of our distinguished guests, ambassadors, generals, admirals, IADB delegates, distinguished visitors, families, friends, and Class 57. It is an honor to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of your class, consisting of 67 students from 15 nations. It is befitting to host the IADC graduation ceremony at the Organization of American States in this incredibly beautiful Hall of the Americas. In 1962, the OAS Secretary General, along with the U.S. Secretary of State, officially established the campus at Fort McNair, and the IADC has evolved throughout the years to meet the educational demands of our hemisphere. By 2015, some 53 years after opening of the college, the IDC confirmed its first ever licensed and accredited Masters of Science. Now in 2018, history is made again. Class 57 boasts the largest number of women graduates. Well done. And the most graduates with distinction in the college's history. Well done. What an accomplishment. These graduates are equipped with in-depth knowledge and robust critical thinking skills to enable them to be strategic advisors to decision-makings who influence defense, security, and peace in the Americas. So in this historical hall, dressed with the flags of your respective nations, Class 57, the time has come to graduate. I know you are filled with a sense of accomplishment and are flooded with bittersweet emotions, the excitement of going forward and the sadness of saying goodbye. During the past year, you explored complex, multidimensional security issues and were often surprised by the level of academic rigor demanded by our world-class faculty. They orchestrated your studies through carefully crafted academic curriculum that stuffed the requirements of an 18-month master's degree into 11 months. But more importantly, the faculty required academic excellence. In Class 57, you delivered. During your educational journey, the IADC team of interpreters, assessors, and staff provided magnificent and superb support to ensure every college activity was carried out flawlessly. In order to attend the IADC, most of you brought your family from your countries, and they embraced adapting to a new culture. Many of your spouses enjoyed the multicultural events of the Circle of Friends, and in the process learned much about each other's countries and the countries of the Americas. Your families propelled and encouraged you to success, even when in your mind you thought the course was too hard and it was impossible. So permit me to address the families of Class 57. On behalf of General Cunha, General Islas, and myself, I want to thank you for the love, support, and understanding that you provided to your spouse during this year. You sacrificed much so your spouse could have this educational opportunity. I profoundly thank you. Class 57, let's try again. Class 57. As the graduating class of the only graduate college of the OAS, I congratulate each and every one of you in this historic moment. Your fingerprints are on the IADC history forever, and you will remember this day for the rest of your lives. You are clearly Class 57, La Mejor.
En sintonía con los objetivos estratégicos de la Organización de los Estados Americanos, que son democracia, derechos humanos, desarrollo integral y seguridad multidimensionales, se dictaron las siguientes cátedras centrales del Plan de Estudios de la Maestría en Ciencias de Defensa y Seguridad Interamericana: Relaciones Internacionales y el Sistema Interamericano, Pensamiento Estratégico, Economía Política, Seguridad multidimensional en las Américas, Política de Defensa y Seguridad y Análisis y Resolución de Conflictos. Estas cátedras fueron complementadas con cursos electivos y seminarios sobre derechos humanos y el derecho internacional humanitario, emergencias complejas y desastres de gran escala, operaciones de apoyo a la paz, relaciones cívico-militares, economía ilícita, liderazgo y toma de decisiones estratégicas, política comparativa, seguridad cibernética, metodología prospectiva y simulación de manejo de crisis. Damas y caballeros, les presento a las personas que materializaron este exigente programa académico: la Facultad de Colegio Interamericano de Defensa, integrada por el Dr. Pereira Borbón, Dr. Daniel Macis, Dr. Mark Hamilton, Dra. Mirlis Reyes, Coronel Marcelo Gurgel, contribución voluntaria de la República Federativa de Brasil, Coronel Reinaldo Rego, contribución voluntaria de la República Federativa de Brasil, y Profesor Robert Zimmerman, contribución del Departamento de Estado de los Estados Unidos. La insignia de continuidad académica del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa Consiste en una réplica de la insignia del colegio con una estrella plateada en los océanos Atlántico y Pacífico. La insignia se otorgará a todos los graduados del colegio que permanezcan por al menos un año adicional después de su graduación. La insignia fue autorizada por el Consejo de Delegados de la Junta Interamericana de Defensa mediante la resolución número 32 de 2015. Solicito ahora a los siguientes miembros del staff, quienes fungieron como jefe de grupo y asesores y facilitadores de la clase 57 del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa, subir a la plataforma para ser reconocidos. Coronel Marcelo Coronel Marcelo Gurgel do Amaral Silva, Ejército Brasileiro. Coronel Ángel Marín Cuevas Castillo, Policía Nacional de la República Dominicana. Coronel Amaury Van Troy Tejada Cruz, Policía Nacional de la República Dominicana. Lieutenant Colonel Juan Cristobal Gallego, Royal Canadian Air Force. He's not standing. Capitão de Mariguera Marcos Aurelio de Arruda, Marinha do Brasil. Capitán de Navío Ángel Julián Melo Moya, Armada de México. Comisionada Erly Estela Miranda Saldaña, Policía Nacional de Panamá. Notamente, Comisionada Miranda es la primera mujer asesora como jefa del grupo de facilitadores en la historia del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa. Coronel Marcos dos Santos Silva, Fuerza Aérea Brasileira. Vicecomodoro Carlos Adrián Pesante, Fuerza Aérea Argentina. Coronel José Antonio Calderón Sumarriba, Ejército del Perú. Coronel Manuel Víctor Palacios Palacios, Fuerza Aérea del Perú. Capitán de Fragata Francisco Elfer Vela Velázquez, Marina de Guerra del Perú. Teniente Coronel José León Corral Mendoza, Ejército de México. Y el capitán de fragata Marco Antonio Castro Caballero, Marina de Guerra del Perú. Nuestros asesores son una pieza clave de nuestro modelo educativo. que integra graduados de clases previas para realizar tareas de facilitación, mentoría, coordinación de viajes de estudio y seminarios, así como la ejecución de un programa académico de nivel maestría que se desarrolla en 4 idiomas. Su contribución se vio directamente reflejada en la educación de los futuros asesores y líderes en defensa y seguridad interamericana aquí presentes. Cabe mencionar además que los países de Argentina, Brasil, Canadá, Colombia, los Estados Unidos, México, Panamá, Perú y la República Dominicana proporcionaron de manera voluntaria a profesionales para desempeñarse por 1 año o más en el Colegio Interamericano de Defensa. Sin su participación hubiese sido imposible cumplir con nuestra misión. Pido un aplauso para el personal de asesores, facilitadores y mentores del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa. A continuación, la directora presentará a nuestro orador invitado.
I am honored to introduce our commencement speaker. Ambassador Carlo Trujillo is the U.S. Permanent Representative to the OAS. For many years, he worked as a prominent Florida attorney and politician. His political leadership emerged during his service as a state representative in the Florida House of Representatives. Known for his constituent advocacy, legal acumen, and leadership, Ambassador Trujillo is fluent in Spanish and has a thorough understanding of Latin American politics. Prior to his current assignment, he served as a special advisor at the U.S. mission to the United Nations. The ambassador has a rich education to complement his extensive experience. He has a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from Spring Hill College and a JD from Florida State College. In 2015 and 2016, he was selected as the Legislator of the Year by the Florida Sheriff's Association and the Prosecuting Association, respectively. He clearly has demonstrated excellence in his life. Sir, thank you for accepting our invitation to inspire our graduating class as they leave academia and return to their major roles as strategic advisors in the countries of the Americas. Please, a warm round of applause.
Thank you. Good morning, graduates, ambassadors, distinguished guests. I would like to congratulate the graduates of the Inter-American Defense College for your successful completion of the rewarding educational and professional opportunities at the college. I understand that Class 57 is referred to as La Mejor Clase. I also understand that this is a deserved reputation. I heard the tradition of La Major was taken to new heights by a covert competition amongst classmates as to who could carry the R sound the longest. I'm delighted to know a student from the US won. Congratulations. Congratulations also goes to the Brazilian student for the loudest R. While you had fun during the past year, we also have to band together to support one another as classmates during the year experienced the loss of family members. Class 57 has built relationships for life. The class is impressive. It consists of 67 senior officers and civilians from 15 nations. It includes the largest number of women students in the college's history. The largest number. And there's one student in particular, a shout out in particular goes out to Haida Wallen from Trinidad and Tobago. Haida, stand up. She will be the last student in line who shortly will receive her diploma. A typical IADC student in many ways, but a woman who has contributed before to the inter-American community through her defense and security work with the OAS Committee Against Terrorism, and as a long-term alternative representative for her country to the OAS Committee on Hemispheric Security. Yet with all that experience, likened all of you gathered here representing Class 57, wanted to continue to learn and continue to contribute to hemispheric security by her pursuit of Master's of Science degree in International Defense and Security from this renowned institution. Her history is just one example of the talent in Class 57 that is repeated 65 times. Congratulations to all of you for your dedication and your commitment to public service. Class 57, the time that you have spent at the Inter-American Defense College has helped prepare you to further contribute to your country's efforts to address the defense and security challenges in the Americas in the 21st century. I have no doubt that the knowledge, personal relationships, and sense of community you have taken from this experience will serve you well. Your studies here will pay lasting dividends for yourselves, for your countries, and most importantly, for the Americas as a whole. This year, the OAS turned 70 years old, and on its momentous anniversary, many countries are discussing the resurgence of the OAS and the need for new policies that address both long-standing and emerging threats. As Vice President Pence underscored during his visit to the OAS just last month, ours will always meant to be a hemisphere of freedom, and the vision is why the Organization of American States exists. And that is why free nations of great reign must stand together to promote and defend the values of democracy, the respect for human life, the dignity that are core to our hemispheric union. You are graduating at a time that allows you to be the forefront of these discussions, shaping the mechanisms that your countries will use to address these threats and the changing global order. Today, the threats and challenges that our states face are multifaceted, requiring coordinated, cooperative, and multilateral response by all countries. Transactional criminal organizations, terrorism, illicit trafficking in arms, drugs, and persons, and attacks on critical infrastructure threaten democracy and undermine the security and prosperity of our citizens in too many of our countries. These threats require common and multilateral responses by our government because no one state can address them alone. The cross-cutting and transactional threats require multifaceted responses by the whole range of state institutions, each playing their appropriate role with full respect for democratic principles and, most importantly, for human rights. In short, security cooperation within and amongst our countries must be more coordinated and must be more intensified. In the Americas, our common security rests on the pillars of democracy, prosperity, and peace. With this and our shared objectives, let me offer several observations on the state of defense and security in the hemisphere, both the concerns and the progress that have been made over the last years. This is a world we are working in. Recent events in our hemisphere have placed the OAS front and center on the world stage. Today, with the advent of the Inter-American Democratic Charter and the Declaration of Security in the Americas, all OAS member states are active stakeholders in the region's shared commitment to democratic process and to citizen security. We must all remain united in the objective of achieving here and now the fulfillment of promises of democracy and the aspirations of all our people for a better future for themselves and for future generations. Any action that undermines democratic order or that threatens the security and well-being of the region are of legitimate concern to all of us. For in that end, democracy is a right that will contribute to the stability, peace, development of our entire hemisphere. We must address these challenges here and now, confident and determined of our mission and of our purpose. For as we all agreed in Lima in 2001, the people of the Americas have a right to democracy and their governments have an obligation to promote and to defend it. And we have seen people of the Americas come together and demand that their leaders and leaders of the OAS secure these rights for the oppressed throughout the region. Your jobs will not only be ensuring that those voices are heard, but also making certain that your government guarantees the democratic freedom for all of its citizens. Additionally, traditional threats have faded, but new emerging threats pose serious challenges to our citizens and our nations. We must remain steadfast in our commitment to counter transactional crime, violence, and illicit trafficking of arms, drugs, and persons, which threaten the security of all our citizens. We can do this by advancing citizen responsiveness and open governance, respect for the rule of law and human rights, and transparency in our public security and institutions. Only by working together across borders and across government agencies can we effectively counter the modern-day threats that freely cross our borders and limit the full exercise of our citizens' security. Addressing these threats will require multidimensional cooperation. The civil-military cohort that sits before me shows that we have already begun building the necessary relationships. Do not underestimate the impact that can be made if governments cooperate with their citizens to combat transnational criminal organizations. For example, in El Salvador, local business and church are providing job training and employment to former gang members to provide them with a source of income and continue rehabilitation, which lowers the chances that will rejoin the gang once released from prison. We cannot conclude this ceremony without recognizing the institution and individuals that have made this program possible. The graduates know firsthand that the institution is an integral part of the inter-American response to the new and emerging threats in the hemisphere, and the United States government recognizes the importance of the IADC plays in the security of the region. The college has reinforced democracy and security by bringing together defense and security experts from throughout the hemisphere to hone their professional capabilities. The IADC recognizes the challenging intricacies of defense and recognizes the importance of the civil-military relationship and the acknowledgement of the necessity of addressing gender in the defense. Under Admiral Martha Herb's able leadership, the college has expanded in both curriculum and student body to respond to the new realities of the hemisphere. Let's thank her for her hard work. A Master in Science is now awarded to its students. But thank you, Admiral. Thank you for all your service. It's also important to note that the increased civilian enrollment at the college is a notable development that recognizes the growing nexus between traditional defense and emerging security issues. I hope this trend will continue, as our nations need greater expertise on international defense and security matters. Likewise, I cannot recognize the impact of the college without recognizing the faculty and staff from throughout the region who educate and support these students. I would like to thank all our OAS countries for providing critical instructors, mentors, and administrators who run this college and inspire these students. Two representatives of this valuable contribution are General Cunha, General, thank you, from Brazil, and General Islas from Mexico. Thank you for your service. I'm also delighted to hear that several of our graduates will remain in Washington next year and will be working with the IADB, providing valuable technical and advisory services to the OAS member states. Thank you for your continued service and commitment to the inter-American community, and I hope that you share the knowledge that you have gained with the Class 58 and the following classes. You are completing your studies as a challenging time for our hemisphere, but also one of tremendous opportunity to advance your shared commitment to the defense and shared democratic values. The hemisphere today is facing significant threats. The threats of political violence in the presence of vulnerable democracies, the continued existence of gangs and trafficking, and the increase in severity of natural disasters have made the region vulnerable. But through those events, we have seen the hemisphere's resiliency, which will carry us through difficult times as it has in the past. We see our neighbors putting aside historic feuds to provide aid in the presence of disaster. We see citizens demanding that their governments in those neighboring countries uphold democracy and the respect and the rights of citizens. And we see movements towards more inclusive governments and institutions. As you go to serve your countries, we must remain steadfast in our commitment to work together in common purpose to recognize the work that still needs to be done, while also looking towards the progress that has been made as an example of the positive impact you could have. Your training at the college prepares each of you for greater contributions to our inter-American community. Your classes, interactions with faculty, and the network you have built will be essential to your future. Your peers, like you, are ready to positively influence the hemisphere and the world. I congratulate you on your accomplishments today and wish each and every one of you the best in your professional endeavors. I hope you will make this experience and apply for it for the benefits of all your states and for all the citizens of the Americas, and continue to forge a region and a future, as President Trump stated, where the people of each country can live out their own dreams. Thank you.
Damas y caballeros, con ustedes, Lieutenant Colonel Barry Leonard, Royal Canadian Air Force, presidente de la clase 57.
Ambassador Trujillo, General Bucio, General Lacroix, Venerable Herb, General Cunha, General Islas, college faculty, distinguished guests, friends and family, and of course, Class 57. J'aimerais beaucoup vous remercier pour avoir venu ici à cette institution prestigieuse et importante. Je n'aurais jamais pensé suivre un conférencier aussi distingué qu'ambassadeur. Alors j'ai l'impression que j'ai besoin de mon jour. Merci beaucoup pour les bons mots de ce matin, monsieur. Je l'apprécie beaucoup. Cela nous a donné beaucoup de réflexion sur la relation entre le collège, entre la Junta y la OEA elle-même. Gostaria de agradecer às famílias, aqueles que estão aqui conosco hoje, que estão assistindo online e também aqueles que não podem estar conosco hoje. Sua paciência e sacrifício enquanto seu amado estava escondido um computador por trás de montanas de livros e arquivos. Não conhece limites. I would also like to particularly thank both the Organization of American States and the Inter-American Defense Board for your continued and unwavering support to the college, to its staff, and to its students. Now, speaking of students, é uma grande honra representar este incrível grupo de formandos, de colegas de equipe, de amigos sentados conosco hoje. Gostaria de aproveitar alguns breves minutos para compartilhar com vocês algumas lições que aprendemos este ano, que nos levaram adiante em nossos esforços para desenvolver políticas, estratégias e melhores práticas nos campos da defesa e segurança hemisféricas. Comenzamos este ano como simples indivíduos de cada uno de nuestros países, profesionales con nuestros propios campos de especialización, pero con un conocimiento limitado sobre las preocupaciones y desafíos de nuestro hemisferio, de las complejas y dinámicas relaciones que viven nuestros países, pero fundamentales para mantener la paz y brindar defensa y seguridad al hemisferio y a nuestros pueblos. Terminamos este año como un grupo de colegas, profesionales y realmente amigos, preparados con nuevas herramientas y conocimiento profundo sobre la región, que nos permitirá asesorar y apoyar de mejor forma a nuestros líderes diplomáticos, políticos, en materias de seguridad y defensa. This year was a challenging, unrelenting, and very rewarding year for everyone. Between our differences in language, in culture, and in experience, this was not a game for individuals. This year was a year that required a team to achieve excellence and to achieve mastery in this particular domain. From geopolitical debates about threats to national sovereignty, to economic debates on governance and management, to non-traditional, multidimensional threats that transcend our borders, like transnational organized crime, inequality, corruption, terrorism, cybersecurity. Our studies this year provided a comprehensive assessment of the role that we as military officers, police commissioners, and civil servants play to our nations and to society as a whole. Somos parte de un mundo complejo y dinámico, al igual que la desafiante realidad de nuestro único hemisferio. En la época de desconfianza y frente a las múltiples amenazas de ese hemisferio, la confianza entre nuestros estados ha de ser uno de nuestros principales objetivos. Pero la confianza, que es la base del trabajo en conjunto, no es gratis. Es un camino largo que se construye ladrillo a ladrillo. Es eso lo que hoy venimos a poner a disposición por intermedio de la OEA y sus órganos. Un humilde y simple ladrillo formado por 67 asesores estratégicos del continente hemisférico americano. Asesores que se comprometen a entregar a sus líderes sus mejores esfuerzos para construir un hemisferio más democrático, libre, respetuoso y seguro. Je voudrais vous laisser avec une petite pensée. Ces pensées que je partageais avec vous aujourd'hui ne sont pas les miennes. Ces petits mots représentent ceux de ma classe. Nous sommes ici ensemble. Nous l'avons fait ensemble. Aucun de nous n'est plus important que l'autre, parce que c'est tout est toujours plus grand que la somme de ses parties. Je vous remercie.
A continuación, el momento esperado por los integrantes de la clase 57 y sus familiares en todo el hemisferio. la entrega de diplomas de grado. La directora se dirija a los integrantes de la clase 57 del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa. Clase 57, por favor, de pie.
Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my great privilege to present to you the newest graduates of the Inter-American Defense College, Class 57, who have met requirements for completion of the Inter-American Defense and Security Master's Degree Program, Diploma Program, or Certificate of Participation. Our unique international interagency education has provided these graduates with skills and knowledge to construct effective strategies in a complex global environment. Importantly, the friendships and professional partnerships they have formed will enable agile and adaptable approaches to security and defense challenges, influencing peace, security, and defense in the Americas for years to come. By the legal authority invested in me by the Department of Education in Washington, D.C., and the ASICS accrediting body, I hereby confer the Master's of Science degree, the diploma, or the Certificate of Participation. IADC welcomes this elite group of IADC alumni to enjoy all the rights and privileges and responsibilities pertaining to your graduate status. I hereby declare you graduates and declare the academic year adjourned. Let's begin the presentation of your degrees. As we say in the Navy, and the last time I get to say this, bravo Zulu and well done.
Procederemos a la entrega de los siguientes reconocimientos. Los graduados de la clase 57, representando a 15 países del hemisferio, recibirán sus grados de maestría en Ciencias de Defensa y Seguridad Interamericana, diplomatura en Ciencias de Defensa y Americana y certificado de participación en el Programa de Defensa y Seguridad Interamericana. Por parte de Rear Admiral Martha Herb, directora del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa. Serán felicitados por su excelencia el señor embajador Carlos Trujillo. Recibirán una moneda con el emblema oficial del colegio por parte del general Rolenberg Pereira da Cunha, vicedirector, y se les otorgará la insignia del colegio que está autorizada a portar en su uniforme por parte del general Julio César Isla Sánchez, jefe de estudios de esta institución. Coronel Iván Saúl Agreda Álvarez, Ejército de Guatemala. Coronel Jorge Luis Abreu de Almeida Filho, Ejército Brasileiro. Coronel Elbert Barreto Amancio, Força Aérea Brasileira. Ministro Miguel Emilio Balaguer Martínez, Ministerio de Relaciones Exteriores de la República Dominicana. Coronel Ricardo Aníbal Benavides Febres, Ejército del Perú. Commissaire Marie-Diane Bourgelin Joseph, Police Nationale d'Haïti. Señora Gabriela Siqueira Borges, Ministerio de Defensa de Brasil. Miss Roberta Ruth Burns, United States Department of State. Coronel Rubiel Elias Cañón Cuervo, Ejército Nacional de Colombia. Profesor Arthur Camarra Cardoso, Ministerio de Defensa de Brasil. Commissaire Joël Cassius, Police Nationale d'Haïti. Comisionado Alfredo Córdoba Guerrero, Servicio Nacional de Fronteras de Panamá. Lieutenant Colonel Miguel A. Cruz Martinez, United States Air Force. Coronel Fabio Alves da Costa, Ejército Brasileiro. Comisionado Manuel Emilio de León Rodríguez, Policía Nacional de Panamá. Juiz Wilson da Silva Dias, Poder Judiciário do Brasil. Coronel Carlos Eduardo Domínguez Peralta, Ejército Nacional de Colombia. Lieutenant Colonel Rosalie Alejo Duarte, United States Air Force. Lieutenant Colonel Michael W. Ecker, United States Army. Teniente Coronel Rosaura Esteban Calderón, Policía Nacional de Colombia. Coronel Carlos Eduardo López Fernández, Ejército Brasileiro. Coronel Richard Osvaldo González Vera, Ejército Nacional de Colombia. Colonel Carlos E. Gorbea, United States Army. Capitán de Fragata Marco Antonio Goitisolo Castañola, Marina de Guerra del Perú. Comisionado Víctor Oscar Guerra Fuentes, Servicio de Protección Institucional de Panamá. Coronel Manuel Francisco Hernández Moreira, Ejército de Guatemala. Inspector Juan Antonio Hernández García, Policía Federal de México. Coronel Emanuel Rafael Herrera Disla, Fuerza Aérea de la República Dominicana. Coronel Juan Fernando Ilarregui Niklichek, Fuerza Aérea de Chile. Colonel Humberto Ishmael Jones, United States Army. Comandante Milko Bronislaw Klepatsky Reina, Fuerza Aérea de Perú. Lieutenant Colonel Barry Jonathan Leonard, Royal Canadian Air Force. Capitán de navío Alejandro López Centeno, Armada de México. Coronel Gregorio Francisco López Carreño, Ejército Mexicano. Doctor André Lu, Gobernación de Alto Paraná, Paraguay. Delegada Cristiane Correa Machado, Policía Federal do Brasil. Coronel Juan Jaime Martínez Osa, Fuerza Aérea Colombiana. Abogado Abel Monroy Rosas, Servicio Nacional de Migración de Panamá. Señor Ricardo Montero Allende, Ministerio del Interior y Seguridad Pública de Chile. Comisionado Edgar Alberto Mora Miranda, Servicio Nacional de Fronteras de Panamá. Lieutenant Colonel Bruce L. Morales, United States Marine Corps. Coronel Oscar Antonio Morales Peñate, Ejército de El Salvador. Coronel Hudson Pesaña Murad, Fuerza Aérea Brasileira. Commissaire de Division Jacques-Joël Orival, Police Nationale d'Haïti. Coronel Jenner Rocoel Orozco Pu, Ejército de Guatemala. Capitán de navío Oscar Armando Ovalle Gómez, Armada Nacional de Colombia. Señora Silvana Palavecino Sepúlveda, Ministerio de Defensa de Chile. Capitán de navío Feliciano Pérez Carvajal, Armada de la República Dominicana. Coronel Francisco Ismael Pérez González, Fuerza Aérea de la República Dominicana. Capitán de navío Fernando Pineda Verdeja, Armada de México. Capitão de Mar y Guerra Ricardo Silva Pinheiro de Souza, Marinha do Brasil. Capitán de navío Cristian Martín Ponce Licera, Marina de Guerra del Perú. Capitán de fragata Carlos Fernando Prado Castañeda, Marina de Guerra del Perú. Teniente Coronel Omar Rablen Valdés, Ejército Mexicano. Comisionado Acer Abdel Ramos Padilla, Policía Nacional de Honduras. Ms. Tammy Ray Roberts, United States Department of Defense. Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Rodriguez Jr., United States Air Force. Capitão de Mar y Guerra Claudio Rafael Suárez, Marinha do Brasil. Coronel Nelson Adolfo Suárez Alaiza, Fuerza Aérea del Perú. Lieutenant Colonel Magdalena Sunderhaus, United States Air Force. Coronel Pablo Enrique Torres Castillo, Fuerza Aérea Colombiana. Captain Roberto H. Torres, United States Coast Guard. Coronel Joclyn Valenzuela Valenzuela, Policía Nacional de la República Dominicana. Coronel Rafael Mauricio Vera Medina, Fuerza Aérea del Perú. Y Mrs. Haida Wallen, Ministry of National Security of Trinidad and Tobago. Por favor, pido un fuerte aplauso para todos los graduados. Damas y caballeros, de esta forma concluye la parte formal de esta ceremonia. Ruego ponerse de pie para la salida de las autoridades que presidieron la ceremonia. Pido a los familiares, por favor, permanecer sentados mientras los graduados de la clase 57 suben al podio para tomarse la fotografía final de graduación. Agradecemos su asistencia a esta ceremonia y se les invita a la recepción en las instalaciones del Colegio Interamericano de Defensa. Muchas gracias a todos y que tengan excelente día.